Live. Awesome. We'll get started here in a minute, just to as folks trickle in here as we just turned live. Thanks for joining, everybody. Yeah, we'll get started here in a minute as everyone just joins in. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Okay. Let's wait another 30 seconds or so. Thanks for joining in, everybody. We're excited to get started here in a few seconds. Okay, I'm just going to kick things off. Thank you, everybody. I'm super excited to be hosting today. This is my second Dev Fireside Hang for midnight, and the second time running on a restream. So we're super excited to be running our streams now on here versus Discord. So yeah, on the stage with me today is Utkarsh from Webisoft, who will be demoing his app called Web3 Fast, which is an agentic first IDE built on Midnight. He'll also be talking about Webisoft and just introducing himself in a few seconds. After he's done with that, I'll be presenting and going over our winners from our most recent mini DApp Hackathon. And then lastly, I'm going to jump over and talk about our latest challenge. So it's somewhat like a hackathon, but a very mini one. It's 2 weeks, and we just launched that 7 days ago with Dev. And if you've heard of Dev.2, Dev.2. And yeah, I'll go over that and after we do everything else. So I'm going to jump right into it. So Utkarsh, I'll have you kick us off by sharing your screen, telling us a bit about Webisoft before you jump into your demo.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me here today, Bobby. And it's a real pleasure to be on the Fireside here with you guys. Hi, everyone. My name is Utkarsh. I'm the Vice President of Blockchain Engineering at Webisoft. We've been working with Midnight and using Midnight as a technology stack for about a year now. We've been building really cool stuff, and it's very exciting to be part of the platform. Overall, goal today, I'm here to show you guys a very cool agentic IDE tool that we at Webisoft have been trying to pioneer for Midnight and for the blockchain ecosystem in as a whole. Goal here is to help you guys build Web3 apps at an accelerated pace. Build new ideas that you think about. Think of it as Lovable or V0 for Web3 in the most simplest way. You have an idea, you type it, and you see it come to life. I have a small presentation to show you guys, and then we can jump into the demo. The beta also is live, so as you guys are looking at me use it, you can jump into it and have a play around by yourself as well. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. Welcome guys to Web3 Fast. Web3 Fast is an agentic first IDE built for Web3. What problem are we trying to solve with Web3 Fast here today? So I believe the biggest problem in Web3 in 2025 is growth and adaptation. And what that means is that a lot of people have access to Web3, but we do not utilize Web3 as a whole to its full potential. And that brings us to the main problem that it creates, which is democratization. Web3 as a whole was created to democratize finance, to democratize all these institutions that were centralized and locked in. But as we scale Web3, that has not been the case where everybody has had the same amount of access and yet not been able to leverage Web3 the same way. What that means is you and I can have access to Midnight, have access to these other blockchains, but we're never able to utilize them to their full potential that we would want to. And I guess that's what we're trying to fix here with Web3 Fast as a whole. Why? Because Web3 development is difficult. Not all of us can develop on Web3 that easily. We like the idea of having privacy from Midnight and scale from Solana, but it's very hard to grasp the concepts of decentralization, private ledgers, and other concepts that come with Web3 itself. So, yeah, as a whole, learning Web3 is just difficult. So, we're trying to fix that. Web3 is the most cutting edge place in tech to be right now because you see so much of these new innovations in scaling, in decentralization coming out, and all of them are geared towards Web3 and scaling, but it's very hard to grasp your head around these concepts and be able to actually use them on the blockchain you're on. And yeah, in general, people just don't have access to the same amount of tools most developers do. And that's what we're trying to fix with Web3 Fast. How do we do that? Well, it's an AI first approach because we're in 2025, and 2025 is the year of the agents. So goal is to build an AI first approach to developing Web3. We're not only doing this from an AI side and trying to give you an AI to build apps, but we're also trying to give you a full stack IDE. So you not only have an AI helping you build your app, but you have an IDE that comes pre-plugged with all your language servers, your compilers, and other goodies. So you can easily get started coding by yourself if you choose not to use the AI at all. And overall, it just lowers adaptation barriers for protocols in general. So yeah, I guess without any further ado, we can jump into a small demo, get our hands dirty with Web3 Fast, see what the platform is about, and start building a few cool things. I'll quickly share my other tab. Just a second. Let's see if it works. Perfect. I guess you guys can see it. So this is the platform right now. It's live at midnight.web3fast.dev. You can just come in and start asking for your ideas. So I can ask the platform, make me a, I would say, blog app, or let's do something more cooler. Let's do medical record sharing. So let's say if we wanted to share medical records on the blockchain, how would we do that? Hello. I guess my stream just crashed for a second. Really sorry about that. Let me just resume sharing. Super sorry about that. Always some technical difficulties with this stuff. Let's see. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. I'm gonna try to zoom in a bit so it's more easier for everyone to see. I guess this should be good. So yeah, where were we? We left it out making a medical record sharing app. So make me a medical record sharing app. Now I just have this idea, right? I don't know how to write Compact. I don't know what Midnight's technology stack is. I don't know how to integrate Compact or to deploy it. So I just come to the platform, jump in, and just ask it with my idea. I wait for it to start planning and then get me a plan. That's the first part of the development. And then once we're done with the planning, we can start building the protocol as a whole. We're having a small issue, I guess, with our upstream providers. So it's being a little bit slower. Let's give it a minute. Let me just 1 second. Try to reshare. I guess it's my stream that's frozen. Let's see. Let me know if you guys can see it. Perfect. Perfect. So yeah, as you guys can see, we have the AI take our idea, and the first thing it does, it plans it out. And what it does is it tries to explain you this idea in the simplest way possible, so you can understand in simple language what you're trying to build here. Patients can grant access to providers for their medical records. Patient can revoke access for their medical records, and this is a decentralized healthcare data sharing system. If you're a nerd and you want to jump into technical details around the platform, you can jump into more about the public ledger state, the private ledger state, witness functions, and things around it. And then if you want to see the privacy flow that Midnight offers you here with this, we explain that as well with our tool. If you feel satisfied with this overall plan and you're like, okay, this looks good, let's build this. You can just stay the platform. Let's build this app, and it's going to start writing the code right in front of you. We can see the platform pulled up an entire web ID. It's writing the compact that's required to achieve this, and it's making the errors, and it's going about building it as a developer would. If you don't want to use the chat, we can just full screen and jump into the ID. We have access to a full code editor.
we have access to a file system. We have access to Git and diff view, so we can see what files are getting edited and how. And we have access to a full-blown terminal, so we can just write commands. So yeah, if you are a nerd or a dev, you'll feel right at home with the product and with building with Midnight using it. So let's see. App's making a few more compiler errors. As it's going about it, it explains us what's the issue. Let's give it a bit of time. It should get around and finish it. This part is usually a bit of a wait. But yeah, once this is done, we can move towards integration, and then the app starts compiling the idea. I never asked it to make a complex medical record sharing app before, so this is the first time our agent is actually approaching this problem. So it's being a little bit tricky, but it's always fun to push the systems and see what they can achieve here. And yeah, while the AI is doing that, we can look at other aspects of the platform. You have data management, you have connections you can manage, you have a whole lot of goodies within the platform that just lets you out with a full-blown setup to get started building in Web3 here. I guess the AI is really stuck on this problem. Let's try to ask it a little bit of a simpler problem, maybe. Sometimes you would have loops where the AI is stuck and it just doesn't figure it out. Can you try to simplify? Well, while AI does that, let's wait for it. It's going to suggest us a plan again. I'm like, let's build this. It's trying to simplify this now. Let's see if it's able to get it to compile. Well, I guess the demo gods are not with us today. So we're having a bit of a technical difficulty here, but that's totally normal. Let me see if I can share with you another working chat I have with this, or try to build another idea. Let's see. Let's just jump back and jump into something different. Let me try to share my screen again. Let me know if you guys can see it. Oh, I see my screen's not being shared. That's very weird. I'm just gonna retry to fix this one last time. Shouldn't have happened. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, Bobby.
Oh,
I'm
it's
just trying
okay.
to fix it on my
No,
end.
I was wondering, do you want a little bit more time? I can go to some of our other announcements to give you
Yeah,
a few more.
you can jump into the other announcements and then we can jump back to me again.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Cool.
guys.
So we'll come back with that. So awesome. Thank you so much for working on that. So yeah, I just want to go over some of our recent hackathon. We had a mini DApp hackathon just recently ended, and we have some winners that I'd like to share with you guys. So first place is Lucent Labs, And I'll have Samson post the link to that so you guys can check out the GitHub repo on that. The use case for this, it is a privacy preserving DeFi protocol infrastructure. And what it does, a DeFi protocol that enables private trading, liquidity provision, or other financial services while protecting user transaction data and trading strategies from being publicly visible. So that's first place, Lucent Labs. And second place, we have Midnight Bank, and we'll also post the link to that as well. And the use case for Midnight Bank is a private banking / financial services, a privacy preserving banking application that enables confidential financial transactions, account management, and potentially lending / borrowing services while keeping users' financial data private. So an awesome use case there. And then third place is Davy King or Davy King. I'm not sure how to pronounce exactly, but the use case for this, which we'll also link in, Samson will link the link to that GitHub repo. Use case for this is a privacy or a private credentialing achievement system. So it's a zero knowledge badge or certificate system that allows users to prove they possess certain credentials, skills, or achievements without revealing the underlying data or specifics on how they earn them. So these are our top favorite for the hackathon. And thank you everybody else who competed in that or submitted an app. There's a lot of energy behind our hackathons, and the mini DApp was an idea that we had to just get people moving, just to try something small. Sometimes hackathons can be intimidating, making large projects. So yeah, we just wanted everyone to be able to submit something that they thought was interesting and not take up a lot of their time. So congrats again to the winners and to everybody who submitted something. So the next thing I kind of, unless Utkarsh is ready, just start talking on the mic if you're ready, but I can go over what's going on with hackathons. Or are you ready?
No, take your time. Take your time.
Okay,
cool. It's good to have a minute.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, recently, we've hackathons. If you go to our Dev Hub page on our, inside on the Midnight website, we have hackathons posted all the time and what we're up to, usually one going on all the time. But recently we just started 7 days ago, August 20th, we launched this Dev Challenge. So Dev Challenges are usually 2-week challenges. Some partners work with them for more than 2 weeks, but we wanted to kind of keep this short and simple for you all. And if you go to the link, that we'll post that also. Samson will post that. So August 20th, like I said, it launched. Everything will run until September 7th. So I'll kind of explain to you a little bit about what it is. So it's an open call to all builders, privacy advocates, anyone curious about zero knowledge technology to create a privacy enhancing application on Midnight. There are 2 main prompts, and then we have an extra prize category. So technically kind of 3 ways to win out of our $5,000 prize pool. So the first prompt to be protect that data. So build a privacy preserving DApp using zero knowledge proofs. Think games, chat apps, voting tools, identity attestations. So that shows off how Midnight's privacy features actually work in practice. And the winner for this will be $3,500 if you win that prompt. The second prompt is enhance the ecosystem, which means, improve the developer experience with new tools. So think dashboards, block explorers, wallet connectors, ZK playgrounds, anything that helps other developers build more easily on Midnight. And that prize is $1,000. And then out of the 2 tracks, this is kind of our third category here. You can have, you could win the best tutorial prize. So no matter what track you choose, like I said, the best educational walkthrough will win $500. So then all projects must be open source, include clear documentation, and showcase how Midnight's privacy tech makes a difference. So again, the key dates for this. So it launched already 7 days ago. So on August 20th. Submissions are due September 7th at midnight Pacific time, and the winners will be announced September 18th. So every valid submission will earn a Midnight completion badge, and winners will get a Dev++ membership. So that'll be through Dev, and an exclusive winner badge on Dev. And the bigger goal here is to grow Midnight's ecosystem and make privacy-first development more accessible for everyone. Midnight Foundation is backing this, and to support the next generation of developers building secure, compliant, and decentralized applications that respect individual privacy. So like I said at the beginning, whether you are a seasoned blockchain developer or just starting out, this is a great entry point for you just to get into zero knowledge proofs and privacy enhancing applications if you've never built anything in this area before on this different type of blockchain. So that's mainly what I have for this whole thing. And we'll come back and we'll go over Utkarsh's if he's ready. And we'll go over some Q&A after he's done presenting for any question you might have for his project or for Webisoft. Utkarsh is muted.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Can you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for being with me through this technical difficulty. As you can see, we are in a bit of a beta, but we're making really cool progress as we speak. So I reran the simulation and the app was able to build the complete medical app, as you can see here. Once we do have a successful compile, we render all the outputs right to the ID. You can see them right here in the source folder. Along with this, you have all your front end set up. So once you feel like, oh, this is good, I'm happy with the contract code we have generated here, you can get started generating the front end for the application. The application is going to set up a basic front end, and then you can easily preview it within the UI. It comes branded to Midnight, but you can then ask the app to brand it to your particular design or choice, and then you can take it from there. This also comes with a lot of tweaks built into letting you look at the app across different platforms, different screen sizes, different devices. If you want to do that, helps you see how your app's going to scale as you take it out to the market. And yeah, overall is ready to help you build your first Midnight app out there. And once you're happy, you can either deploy the app, you can share it with your friends, or you can even download it to your local machine and just take it home and just work on it on your own local ID if you choose to. So yeah, I guess that's Web3 first as a whole on a platform level. We can jump back to my presentation. I'll just reshare my screen. 1 second. Perfect. So yeah, I guess that was the Web3 Fast demo. Now where we are with Web3 Fast and how Web3 Fast was born. So I would say necessity is the mother of invention, and that's how Web3 Fast came about to be. I've been building Web3 apps for about 5 to 6 years now, and I've been in the space building different innovations. It's always very fun to innovate on different chains and ideas, but very hard to put a lot of time into it. So I created Web3 Fast as a CLI tool initially to help me ideate over my own personal projects and ideas more quickly. But right now, it has grown into a full stack app development suite that's powering about 100 users and growing as we speak. Where we are currently with Web3 Fast, we support Midnight. We have a full support for Midnight Compact Compiler. We have support for EVM. We have support for Solana. That's an early preview. And we have support for Cosmosm coming up. And goal is really to accelerate the adoption of Web3 across these ecosystems and whole as a general, and help you guys build Web3 at the speed of thought. So yeah, I guess that's all we have for Web3 Fast now. Now, what's next for Web3 Fast is we have the beta v2 launch. What you see today is the beta v2. It's still coming along. There's a few bugs here and there. We're getting it ready for mass adoption, for bigger user cases, and for better experiences. We are working on something called Web3 Fast Capsule, which is something very cool. We have not announced this before, even on our social, where you can bring in your existing EVM Solana apps and you can migrate them just in one shot to Compact and to Midnight and have this capsule be your time capsule. But instead of a time capsule, it's a blockchain capsule, helps you get around. We're also working on a Web3 Fast hackathon to get more people building on Web3 Fast. And yeah, that's everything that's next for Web3 Fast. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And now we can take questions around it.
Samson, if you see questions, do you mind? Okay, thank you. So why is, oh, that's something different. That I can't answer. That would be more of a marketing question here. So maybe if there's any other questions for Utkarsh. There's none so far. If anyone has any, just plug them in. I have one question for you. I don't know if you went into this a bit, but maybe you could repeat what drew you, to Midnight and working with us on this and building off of our platform.
I would say Midnight is on a very interesting and very needed mission of creating this ecosystem where privacy is a necessity, privacy is accessible, and it's first time it's on chain in a format that has not been done before. That innovative idea behind Midnight initially drew me to the protocol, And then as and when I went deeper into building on it, I realized, wow, there's so much cool things that can be done with this. But then I realized how hard it is for other people to come into the space to realize the same benefits. And then I was thinking to myself, how can we make this easier? How can we make the experience of everybody coming to Midnight be fun? Like, I want people to say, it's so fun to build on Midnight. It's so fun to write in Compact. And that comes when you do remove the friction of learning, when you remove the friction of having to debug it yourself, when you just have to ideate and build. You focus on the idea and the building part of it.
Yes, awesome. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I just want to make sure that the audience heard that. And yeah, so it's really cool. We did have one question. I think we linked that maybe, but yeah, maybe answer where people can get information on it on Web3 Fast.
Yeah, we can get more information on our socials, on our website, web3fast.dev/about, or just web3fast on any of your socials on Twitter. You can follow us and you can stay tuned with us.
Cool. Is this a question for you or for us?
Well, our LLMs are not like, how do you say, we have not yet looked at a strategy. We want to make models available. But what we are looking at right now from a Web3 Fast side of things, I want to make knowledge bases accessible that we're using to, one, train our models and to guide our models, so that these knowledge bases and these tools are available to developer ecosystems within Midnight as a whole using MCP. So you guys can get access to it within your favorite IDs, let it be Windsurf, Cursor, or whatever. React Native at the moment is not supported. So right now you mostly build front-end applications. So you start with a front-end stack that's in Next.js. We are working on adding support for React Native, but it should be there, I would say, by the end of the year, most likely, once the platform is more stabilized and we have better support for mobile from Midnight also, post-Midnight.
Awesome. Any more questions, anyone else? I know we're ending a little earlier than we planned, but sometimes these just go half an hour. That's okay. I guess as we wait for a question, yeah, just wanted to overall say thank you so much for coming today and doing this demo and telling people and inspiring people of different things they can build, different use cases. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and for your time, for creating the slides and everything in the demo. Yeah, and yeah, our team is up to a lot of different things in DevRel, and we're trying to think of more different use cases and having more challenges and ways for people to get involved. And we'll be announcing some of those other programs soon, like we've mentioned in the past about an ambassador program and different things. We're still building all those programs out, and we've hired new folks like Samson and a few others as we're kind of onboarding here. So thanks for your patience, yeah, for all these different things that we've been building and we're up to. It looks like we have another question. Does the Midnight team have dev support team that can review builders' code, especially developers building real projects that they want to launch into the ecosystem? Yes, so we have dev support in Discord, but mainly most of our dev support now is our forums. We have our developer forums. So if Samson, if you have a link for that, you could paste that in the chat. But yeah, that's mainly where people get their support. If you want to do live chat and talk through a bunch of different things, we have our dev chat. That's in Discord. So you can always head there. We have DevRel engineers watching both channels, dev, the dev chat in Discord, like I said, and in the forums. We have people watching that. So those are, the mainly two places that you can get support there for anything that you're building. Any other, if there's no more questions. I think we'll call it here. You can kind of keep up your questions in the forums, like I said, and in dev chat and Discord and our main just general chat. Also, if it's just general questions about Midnight, keep all of that stuff in Discord. It's good for that. And yeah, we're excited about this dev challenge. We'll be kind of watching all the submissions come in there, and September 7th will be, when they're due, and you'll see winners on the 18th for that challenge. And next week we'll have another. We always have these once a week, as some of you know, or for some of you are new here, we run these Fireside Hangs once a week on Wednesdays, and we go over different things that our teams are up to. And I know this week we just had some folks come back from our Buenos Aires hackathon, so we'll talk to you guys about what people built there next week and other new things that are coming out. So just stay tuned for that, and we'll chat soon. And thanks again to everybody who joined us and helped on the back end. Samson, thanks for helping helping out on that, and for Utkarsh for joining us. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for Bobby and Midnight and the whole Midnight team for having us be part of this. Really grateful.
Yes. Thank you. Cool. Everybody have a great day.